Welcome back to Maniacal Music Musings. I'm your host, Jeremy, as always, and I'm looking for some Carolina hardcore ecstasy tonight, but the Muffin Man wouldn't give me my damn dime bag. I need it because I feel like death on two legs without it, and Deborah Cadabra has need for some advanced romance. Luckily enough, a spaceman came traveling by with a bag for me, so half hour later, she had French my large fry, and it all worked out. And now I get to talk about some good music. But before we get into that, let me introduce my co host. He lives under a lonely sky and rides a Spanish train every day singing his Bohemian Rhapsody. He constantly complains about how his lover, Patricia the stripper, says he looks 200 years old, even though he tells her, "You're my best friend." She doesn't get it. I'm in love with my car, he says, though, as he sits there writing his prophet song, waiting for the end of times. CJ motherfucking playing the music god himself, everybody.
Hand on your grease gun.
And I am in love with my car. I got a cool car.
I kind of had a feeling.
I have a limited edition one. They only made my car for about a year and a half. So.
Well, there you go. That's awesome. I wish I had.
What is it?
I wanted the Dodge Magnum. So. It's
Subaru Outback
version of the police cars.
It snowed for about 6 hours here today.
Oh wow!
Jesus. I mean, we've had hurricane weather here for the last 3 days, so my damn canopy got broke.
What's that?
Where do you live that it snowed?
Pine Mountain Club, California. I'm on the north face of Mount Pinus.
Oh. Okay,
which is it's the tallest mountain in Ventura County, but I'm in Kern County because the peak is basically at the county line.
Somehow or another, I thought you lived in Ohio. I was like,
I did until 1968 to 1992.
That's where Lisa and Phil still live, but and Harley technically, but and folks, if you don't recognize that voice, I know he has been around for a little while, but we are back with the return of A. Ron Leckinger from Podcasts.
Word to your moms.
It's been a while since Aaron came on a regular episode of the show, and I couldn't schedule guests for the theme this month. I was trying to, so I was like, you know what? Let me reach out to Aaron. It's been a minute, and we haven't had one of his albums that is usually crazier on in a while. But he surprised me this week, and you'll see why in a few minutes. But how you doing, Aaron? It's been a
I'm
good
good,
10 weeks.
Man. I'm good.
Glad to hear it. I mean, except for some snow, that sucks balls. I'm not looking forward to that coming soon either here, but
it's going to be 60 degrees all weekend, so it's not going to last.
Yeah, it'll melt immediately, I'm sure. But
sounds like Michigan there.
Folks, you all know where Aaron's from, and you all know the podcast he's from by now. We do enough stuff with Lisa and Phil and Aaron on the show, so you all know the deets. We don't need to waste time. Yep. Yeah, And hell, you just Lisa and Phil were just on the Asylum Sunday, so you just saw them there roasting Harley. It was a fun night.
Oh, I forgot to tap in for that. Hope it went.
Yeah, so does CJ, but he's a busy man. He's a busy man, though.
No, CJ was like knee deep in cleaning up shit all over the floor Sunday night because Mom didn't make it to the toilet and had diarrhea, and it was all over her chair and the floor and the bed. And,
yowza.
Yeah. Having a parent in end of life hospice is not
sounds rough, man.
But I'm not complaining. It's just, I have those situations where
I would be complaining, but that's me.
Usually I set up my podcasting rig on my deck, but it's fucking cold out there and wet.
Well, Aaron, why don't you tell us what magnificent album you want to bring for us this time?
It's this album just had its 50th anniversary, and it deals a lot. It was released in 1975, and it deals quite a bit with leading up to the bicentennial celebration. And that got me thinking, we're 50.
Oh, here's lovely Wi-Fi up there in the mountains. Starlink for you at its best.
Yeah.
I love how he's just like zombie mode right now, frozen.
Frozen in the frozen wasteland.
Sounds like an Avantasia song.
Am I back?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So, I don't know. I left off talking about the bicentennial, how nobody gives a shit about the sesquicentennial. And I don't know. I feel like it's just Beefhearty enough, but Zappa's kind of putting the reins on him. It's a great album. I love this album.
What was the name then? I don't think you said the name.
Bongo Fury. I think it's the only one released as Zappa / Beefheart.
Yes, and Captain Beefheart and what the hell's the rest of that band name? I always forget.
Beefheart's band or Zappa's band?
Beefheart's, because there were three names on this album.
Well, it's Zappa and the Mothers and Captain Beefheart.
Oh, the Mothers is part of his name. Okay, I wasn't positive on that.
Yeah, the Mothers are Frank's band. Beefheart's band was the Magic Band.
Oh, the Mothers of Invention. That's right. Yeah.
That's it.
But
I didn't think his band was called the Lost Airmen or the Lost something.
He might have had more than one band, but Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band.
Well, CJ, what did you think of this Zapp album? Because it's funny enough, because when I gave CJ your album, the first thing he said was, I should have expected Aaron to bring Zappa.
Something. I'm going to be honest. I didn't get a chance to listen to this. I kind of ran out of time. And I do know it was in conjunction with Captain Beefheart. I know it's the Centennial thing. And I know one of the songs, Cucamonga, is on there. That's about what I can tell you about this record, sadly.
So your rankings are going to be just a 1? You only know one song?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I know this record, if I remember correctly, this record was partially recorded, or at least the new tracks were recorded while he was recording another record. So they're kind of like,
yeah, I think
it's, where is it? Are You Familiar or something? Might have been.
There's 2 songs that were not live, and those were recorded in the same sessions as One Size Fits All and Studio Tan, I believe.
That's it.
Yeah.
The not live ones would have been, I guess, Cucamonga and gosh, they all look like they were live.
I thought there was 3 that
there might have been, but looking at the list, I mean, I think these are all live. No, it's hard to say. Many overdubs.
Well, I'll tell you, CJ, because you missed a fucking fun, interesting album.
It's Zappa. It's gonna be fun and interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
rub the hot front part of my head with rigid unguents. Give me boss relief.
Yeah, Frank goes from doing stuff like that, titties and beer and whatnot, to just, my guitar type of stuff that's, an hour and a half of guitar wankery that, he never plays the same way twice. So Frank's always good.
Guitar wankery. I learned a new phrase tonight. I like it.
Yeah. Instrumental type stuff more as opposed to.
I expected this to be paired with like Butthole Surfers or Tom Waits. I was pretty surprised by the pairings that I got.
Well, we'll get into reasoning when we get to ours, but I I only know Zappa from the few songs that you've maybe listened to for when you've had choices to bring into brackets. And that's where I mainly know Zappa from. This is my first real in-depth look at Zappa. And I'll say first things first, from the album cover, he is a scary looking man. But
he's holding an ice cream. What are you talking about?
Just his physical appearance, just his physical fucking appearance is freaky, but it fits his personality with music 100%.
He's got a very intense look on his face while he's holding that ice cream.
Yes, he does. Like it's the last ice cream he'll ever have, and he better not get stolen by anybody. But I thoroughly enjoyed this album more than I thought I was going to. I mean, I knew what to expect with Zappa, and I was pleasantly surprised
how knows what to expect with.
Well, I knew to expect nothing and to expect everything at the same time, basically. It's like Zappa is like Prince if he wanted to be Weird Al, in my opinion. If Prince wanted to be Weird Al, that's Zappa. But because he's got the musical talent, but he likes to fuck around with it like Weird Al does. But I thoroughly enjoyed this fucking album fully. Like I was laughing my ass off first thing this morning listening to this album, and I honestly was just dying to hear the next song, to hear what was going to be next. I'm not going to say I loved every song on the album. Some of them were just okay, but I definitely had a top 5.
Sam with the showing flat, Sam with the showing scalp flat top. Particular about the point it made. Was that your favorite?
I've got two weird connections to Zappa. So the first one, in 10th grade, I was at Clarkston High School, and we got called into the auditorium we're supposed to have mixed choir at the time, but apparently instead of having mixed choir, band, and the other music class that normally were those hours, we all got called into the auditorium. They were going to do this presentation, and the Northern Michigan University band was there. And they were going to play for us, and they started playing. And as soon as they started playing, I knew immediately, okay, they're doing Zappa. Like, you knew it was Zappa. Like, if you've ever listened to Zappa, you know Zappa. And
probably
it was like
Peaches and Regalia or something. Yeah.
It was one of his orchestral pieces. So they played for like 50 minutes. And as they finished, he came out from behind the curtain and stood there and started taking questions. Now, nobody knew. We were not told that he was going to be there or anything, or even who the shit was. So he just kind of appears from behind the curtain. Half the audience has no fucking idea who the fuck he is. The other half, the music geeks like me, were like, holy shit, that's Frank Zappa. Like, what the fuck are you doing at our high school? But it was cool. So he answered questions in his typical way of threading the needle between being Zappa and not being inappropriate, which, and then the other thing is when Dweezil put out his first solo record, I wanted the other ones. So I called the number on the back of the one record.
Called Barking Pumpkin?
Yeah. And he's like, Barking Pumpkin Records, what can I do? And it took me about a minute to realize that it was Frank answering the phone. And my brain kicks in and I was like, wait a minute. Is this Frank? He goes, yeah. I was like, holy shit, you answer your own phone? And he's like, who the fuck else would answer it? I was like, I just assumed that his label would have a secretary or somebody that apparently Barking Pumpkin was run out of his living room. Yep. So the number for Barking Pumpkin was his actual home phone number.
Yeah, I think it was 818 Pumpkin.
Yeah, so I had no idea when I called to order these CDs that Frank Zappa was going to answer the phone.
That's
and
crazy.
Then I sounded like a fucking idiot because I was like, wait, is this Frank? He was like, who the fuck else would it be like? And I was like, oh, total Frank answer. So
I feel like that's something that only true musicians who love their fans like do that type of stuff. Like I could see ICP doing that stuff back in the day, where like they would answer their own phone line. To, like,
he's just frugal. He's not going to hire
all that.
somebody to answer his phone.
Yeah, Frank was just anti-establishment. Like he wanted nothing to do with the label.
All the money that he made kind of went back into the music.
Yeah,
I can believe it. I can believe it. But yeah, I mean, this album blew me away. I did not know. I mean, now I kind of want to do like a deep dive into Zappa, which would probably take me years because he has so many albums. But
I was going to say you're going to spend a decade going through his shit, bro.
Yeah, I didn't even dare look at his Spotify because I'm sure it's just so many freaking albums. I mean, I thought Rage had a lot of albums, but I'm sure Zappa beats them by like 20-fold.
Oh, shit.
But
I think Zappa's got like 180 some records or something.
Jesus. Well,
he had around 50 before he died.
Oh, was it? Is that all it was?
Well, posthumously, he's got about 100 more.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, what were your top 5 songs? So that's what I'm trying to hear this one.
Count down from 5 to 1, or give you one right off the top.
5 to 1. We like to build the anticipation.
Number 5. She's 200 years old. So mean she couldn't grow no lips. Squatting down and pocking up in front of the jukebox like she had true religion, boy. 200 years old's number 5. Number 4, arrogantly twisting the sterile canvas snoot of a fully charged icing anointment utensil, he poots forth a 1/4-ounce green rosette near the summit of a dense but radiant muffin of his own design. The Muffin Man. Girl, you thought he was a man, but he was a muffin. No cries were heard in the night as a result of him stuffing. I like the later live versions. They had little bits. He should have been stuffing it in, stuffing it in, stuffing it in. Number 3. Could have swore her hair was made of rayon. Carolina Hardcore Ecstasy. By 10 o'clock, her arms and legs were rendered. She couldn't talk because her mouth had been extended. It looked to me as though she had been blendered. Sorry. Can't laugh and do that at the same time. It might seem strange to Herb and D. Carolina Hardcore Ecstasy. Yeah, it's just some weird S&M shit going on in there. She buys a set of, was it size 14 Triple D Florsheim shoes? And she gets down on the tile floor and has him walk all over. Number 2, Deborah Cadabra. Say she's a witch. Should ask Charlotte. Ain't that a bitch? Make me kiss your turquoise jewelry. That's glorious. Cast your dancing spell my way. I promise to go under it. Yeah, that's number 2. And number 1, Advanced Romance. No more credit at the liquor store. That's my 5.
Is it?
And we've lost Jeremy.
Oh.
See, I thought for a second that we actually were gonna have matching top 5s for like a second. I thought that, Aaron, but it didn't. It went off the rails a little bit, but it's close. It's close. CJ, do you have any tops at all for Zappa?
He knows Cucamonga.
Yeah, I know Cucamonga. That's about the only one. I heard that one. I don't even remember where I heard that one. I've heard it somewhere.
It's a little weird one.
Yeah, he sings like really. I don't want to say he sings off key, but the meter he sings it in is kind of off kilter a little bit. Like it, he kind of drags the words out too in a weird way that.
Yeah, it's kind of there's one where he does it even worse. It's called the Jazz Discharge Party Hat, and he sings along with this weird bass line. Once upon a time, it was in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I'm trying to think. There's some TV show where they have like a place they go to called Rancho Cucamonga. I can't think what the hell TV show that was, but
It's a city in California. They got a baseball team, the Quakes. My son-in-law played for them. They're Dodgers AA club, or were then.
I got to see Devin Townsend like last year,
cool,
or a year before last, and Mike Keneally was playing guitar. Yeah, was playing guitar for him, and when he came out on stage, I knew who it was, and I was kind of surprised because I didn't realize that Mike played for Devin of all people. You know, like it's such an odd pairing of, you know.
I mean, he was with Steve Vai too. So.
Do what?
Wasn't he with Steve Vai too?
Was Steve played with? Well, yeah, Steve played with Frank, and then Devin played with Steve on that one. Yeah, I guess
it's not his first Zappa.
Yeah, well, I mean, Devin kind of is probably as close to Zappa as you're going to get with a modern musician when it comes to just being weird. But I don't know. I just never thought like Mike and Devin together because of the heaviness. But you know, it was a really great show, and Devin did a lot of stuff that was very reminiscent of Frank. The Ziltoid record kills me. The whole, you know, concept record of a space alien.
Yes.
For the greatest cup of coffee.
I've heard that record a couple times. I fucking love that record. Yeah. But
it's like I said, it's totally Zappa. Like it's something Zappa would have done.
Zappa definitely influenced a lot of artists because I mean I can hear Dogfish and Disco in this whole album, and I'm just like, yep, they definitely bowed at Zappa's feet when they started putting out their music. Like they definitely were bowing at the feet of him and Mr. Bungle and all the similar artists. But
Mr. Bungle's definitely a Zappa.
Oh God, yeah. I've heard the one album they did. So yeah, Chancey brought that on a long time ago. But so my number 5 was 200 Years Old. I love the freaking sweet ass jazz guitar riffs in that song. So I mean, I dug the guitar in that song. My number 4 is Advanced Romance. The drums in that song are fucking incredible, and I love that's 11 minutes long. Yeah. But half hour later, she had French Kiss Fry. That line had me dying laughing. But number 3 was Deborah Cadabra. That was a fun fucking. I love his rhyme schemes. Like his rhyming schemes are fucking genius. Like I appreciate a good rhyme, a good alliteration, as everybody who knows my shows can tell. But he fucking blew me away.
I think those lyrics are those are Beefheart lyrics. Not positive.
I never really got Captain Beefheart too much. I know he exists. I just never really listened to him too much. No one ever brought him on the show, amazingly. But I said that about another album that's on the show too.
They have now.
Oh yeah, now they have. My number 2 was Muffin Man because that I immediately thought right away. I'm like, tell me that's gonna be something like the nursery rhyme. Like that my daughter watches on, like my daughter listens to that Miss Rachel all the freaking time, and like I'm like, tell me something about the nursery rhyme, and it was kind of had hints at it, but not exactly what I thought it was gonna be. My number 1 though, this one blew me away out the gate. She put a Doobie Brothers tape on. I have a Roger Daltrey
tape on.
Fucking Carolina Hardcore XC is fucking one of my favorite. That song blew me away. It got a bunch of songs in this album got added to my fucking like list on Spotify because I'll even listen to the 11-minute Advanced Romance like over and over again and still die laughing. So it's
no more credit from the liquor store.
And it kills me because you know how many times like I looked at the years of people bringing albums on our show, and I'm like, I see Zappa in so many years, and I'm like, I don't know Zappa enough to bring that. Now I'm in my head to start being like a Prince thing where it's like, all right, it's Zappa, I gotta bring Zappa, but we'll see. It depends what years come up always, but this album was fucking good. I mean, he may not be every album may not blow me away as much as this one did. It could happen that way, but this album definitely was amazing.
I gotta find the one that has titties and beer on it and bring that one on.
Shake Your Booty.
Is that the one?
That's the one.
Yeah. Well,
That's still my
1978,
favorite
79.
Zappa song, live and otherwise. The way he does that song with
It
the
was
drummer.
the blackest night, there was no moon in sight. You know the stars ain't shining because the sky's too tight. I see scary wind, I see some ugly trees. There was a werewolf honking along the side of me. I'm mean and I'm bad, you know I ain't no sissy. Got a big titty girlie by the name of Chrissy. Talking about her and my bike and me. And this ride up the mountain, mystery, mystery.
yeah. Well, to continue with the albums that surprised the shit out of me on this episode, because we'll get to the one that everybody knows at the end. I got to go with CJ's album next.
I
got it.
I debated between this one and Elton John, Captain.
Oh, Captain Brown or
Captain. I can't remember the name of it.
Captain Fantastic and the Brown Cowboy.
Yep. Yeah.
Brown Dirt Cowboy. This one had a little more flavor to it. So I brought Christaberg, Spanish Train, and Other Stories. Chris is somebody I really like listening to. I know he's not for everybody. 99% of people only know him for Lady in Red.
Don't Pay the Ferryman.
In that one, if you're more of a, I guess, 70s type, but like Chris is a really, really great songwriter with some stuff that's kind of serious, and then he has some songs that are very much almost Zappa, like a bit tongue in cheek. Maybe not quite as far out as Zappa, but he can spin a good tale.
He definitely can.
Christaberg, Spanish Train, and Other Stories, which came out the same year, 1975, keeping with the theme. So,
am I back?
Yep, you're back. I only noticed it for a second that you froze, but then you're back a second. I noticed it. But Aaron, what did you think of Christaberg before I go into my review?
Yeah, I was surprised he was a selection, but I dug the album okay. One thing that I noticed in both of these choices is that they have little Doobie Brothers ripoffs in them. I'm Going Home is basically Long Train Running. And Carolina Hardcore Ecstasy, they keep doing that listen to the music thing with the horns after they say Doobie Brothers tape on.
I knew I recognized that sound. That's our fucking theme song for this show. But I knew I recognized that sound. I couldn't put my finger on it this morning because it was too early. And I had a fucking crazy ass morning at work. But yeah, I never even heard of Christaberg before today. I never heard that name even, and so I didn't know what to expect when I heard this. When you gave me this album, I'm like, who the fuck is this?
I'm shocked you. I forgot you're younger than us, so. You didn't live through the having to turn the radio on every 3 seconds and hear Lady in Red. It's like,
that's him.
Yes.
That's him. Oh, okay. Yes. I know that's.
Yes, that's him.
Is dancing with me? Yeah, I know that fucking song.
That's one of 3 songs during that period that just would not go the fuck away. That I Can't Fight This Feeling. I Can't Fight This Feeling by REO was another one. Every 3 seconds they played that song, and it's like, Jesus Christ, would you just fucking go away?
See, every time I heard Lady in Red in like supermarkets and shit, I always thought that was Sting, but
no, it's Christopher.
But well, I was blown away.
It's actually from a movie called Lady in Red.
Yeah, I know that. I know that much, but I never know who was saying it. But I was blown away by this record though, because I started listening to it and I'm like, oh, this is soft. I'm like, oh, this better be good. And then like I started listening to the lyrics and I'm like, oh, I like this. I'm like, this is like easy listening, but it's actually enjoyable. Like it's actually good lyrics and it makes you like think about the songs as they're playing. And it was very Zappa-esque with the lyrics. Like it was very Zappa-esque with the lyrics. Like he does tell amazing fucking stories. I can't even think of like a modern artist I can really compare him to. Even like he tells really good story. Oh,
He's
well,
got
actually,
some heavier songs. Like he's got one called Revolution. It's like a 3-part about wake up the sound, and it builds up like to the end where he's like really fast.
Billy Joel, Gordon Lightfoot, those guys are storytelling. Bruce Springsteen.
I don't get me started on fucking Springsteen. I'm not a fan of Springsteen, but
can't say he's not a storyteller though.
He is. I mean, he fucking is, but I'm just not a fan. There's a couple songs of his that are okay, and the rest of them I'm just like, eh. I had to listen to fucking Born to Run when Jackass.
I was going to say I'm not a fan of Springsteen, but I give him a lot of credit for.
Oh, he definitely is a legend. He's a legend, but there's a lot of legends I'm not really fans of. So I mean, it is what it is. The whole country genre, but I enjoyed the shit out of this album. There was a lot of songs some of the songs were just too soft and were eh. I mean, I got a top 4. Those were the songs that blew me away. The rest of them all kind of like were too similar, and the stories weren't amazing enough to really like differentiate between them. But I got the 4 I chose. I freaking loved. Like they all got added to my Spotify like list. So I would definitely listen to more stuff he's done and see what else I like of his. I mean, I'm trying to think of who the fuck I can even think of to compare to modern days that does that type of storytelling. I really nothing off the top of my head is popping up, but I'm also tired of shit, so that could be why. But yeah, I really can't think of anything. But well, what were your top 5 for Chris there, CJ?
I have Spaceman Came Calling, This Song for You, Spanish Train, and my top 2 are the funny songs, Patricia the Stripper and The Painter. I like the tongue-in-cheek humor of both of those songs. And
see, I wasn't that big a fan of The Painter. I liked the way he sang it, but I just wasn't that big a fan of the song in general. Like it was just, I don't know. Maybe I would need a couple more listens. I might like it, maybe. But I was rushing to get this album done today before I left work because it was a busy ass day at work with very good end results. So I can't complain. But this was the last time I listened to it. I was like, I was trying to get through it. It literally took me like 5 hours to get through this album because I had to keep pausing it for calls. So it was just like, what? I hate when that happens. But Aaron, what were your top 5 for Chris?
Let's see. Number 5 was Spanish Train. Big acoustic bass bombs and some cool sound effects. Number 4, Old Friend, had me swaying back and forth a little bit at the end. Number 3, Just Another Poor Boy, had good horn action toward the end. Number 2, The Painter, cool horns, and I dig the mad laughter at the end of that tune. And number 1, I'm Going Home, the Doobie Brothers Long Train Running, but with a Neil Diamond kind of chorus. And that was the first track to move my booty at all.
All right. Okay, cool. I actually got one song nobody mentioned, so fuck yeah. I only have a top 4 that really blew me away. Spanish Train was at number 4 because I like the way he goes through like 6 stories in that song. Like it just kept like evolving to another story. And I'm like, what the hell?
That's like Satan and Lucifer gambling with souls.
Yeah, it was cool. Like I like that part of it too. Like that, anything that's to do with like that kind of Christian lore always has me like a little excited. I mean, it's kind of like Demon and Wizards. Or not Lordy's the Riff. Like it's kind of like Lordy's the Riff. Like I love the story in that song. It's like an amazing fucking song about deal with the devil. It's basically a modern version of Devil Went Down to Georgia. But number 3 for me was Lonely Sky, which nobody mentioned that yet. Lonely Sky blew me away. The music in that was so fucking good, and the lyrics were pretty decent as well. But the music in that was so good. Patricia the Stripper had to be my number 2, and I honestly thought this would be my number 1, but it got knocked down. But Patricia the Stripper was such a good song. It's so funny. It's definitely Zappa-esque song. It's Dog Fashion Disco wrote songs because of songs like this. So I mean, it's amazing. But my number 1, and I have a feeling you knew this would be my number 1 because you know my paranormal love, and a spaceman came traveling, or whatever the fuck the last word is, because I apparently wrote that wrong. But Spaceman Came Traveling was fucking incredible. The story in that is so good, and it reminds me of.
Did you catch what the story was?
I
what
mean,
it's actually about?
Aliens, I assumed when I heard it, but
It's a Christmas song. It's about the birth of Jesus and him considering the three wise men to be aliens. So
that actually is a theory I've heard before. Well, damn Starlink. That actually is a theory I've heard before. So like that's not completely out of the realm of
actually a Christmas
reality.
song.
Oh shit!
Most people don't catch it, but
I didn't catch it, but it made. Oh, yeah, there we go. Fucking Starlink.
Yeah.
But I think it feels like catchphrase now is fucking Starlink. But yeah, a Spaceman Came Traveling was definitely a good. I didn't catch that fucking hidden meeting, but that's not out of the realm of impossibility. So it works. I enjoyed that song immensely, though. It reminded me of the album you mentioned, the fucking Townsend album you mentioned. It kind of reminded me of that like their type of song. And when we did the songs about aliens bracket, there was a song on there. This song reminded me a lot the fuck up. I can't think of what the hell it is. Oh, Flying Purple People Eater, like a little bit, maybe the theme, but yeah, I mean, so I enjoy.
The next record after this one is the one Aaron has the song Aaron's talking about, "Don't Pay the Ferryman," which is it's kind of a more rock song.
Yeah, that one had a lot of MTV play.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that when I was looking up Krista Bird to see who the fuck he was after I started listening to the album, and I saw that song. I didn't listen to it, but I saw that song like listed, and I was like, that sounds familiar for some reason.
I think the G's silent. It's Krista Burr.
Yeah.
Whatever. Everybody knows I don't pronounce shit right half the time, so it is what it is. But
now you'll know you're not pronouncing it right.
Yeah, I'll take that right up there with Sade. But so all right, I guess it's time to go to my album, which you see, you brought an album from '75, and I'm looking at the year. I'm like, shit, because I didn't want to bring Dog Fashion Disco because you were on that bracket a long ass time ago, and you know them. So I'm like, I'm not gonna. I like to say those people are gonna be like blown away by them. So
I don't know them nearly as well as I know this album. So
I'm sure, but and plus I can't listen to Dog Fashion Disco too often, otherwise I get really sad thinking about Chansey. But because I can't listen to that band without thinking of him because it wasn't for him I wouldn't know that band exists. So, but I'm like 75. I'm looking through the list, and I almost brought the freaking Elton John album too because I saw that first. I was like, ooh, I'm like, that's not one of the great albums I like of his though.
So
like,
do you guys always choose the same year? I didn't realize that was part of it.
I don't.
Not always.
I don't
not
normally,
always.
but I did this time.
I tend to, especially if it's like 70s, 80s, just because there's so much untapped potential in those years that has not been brought to the show. And I'd rather bring something from back then than something modern that is not going to be relatable. So I'd rather bring, something from the same era at least. I mean, and
I try to choose weird, obscure shit like the Tony Carey records or something.
Oh yeah, CJ brings shit. CJ brings shit. CJ likes to bring the weird ass shit.
He brought Tony Carey to us too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's the kind of shit I normally choose is the more obscure, random shit like Ray Wilson and you know, Tony Carey. And
Ray Wilson was a good one. Either CJ blows me away and I love the albums he brings, or I'm just like, what the fuck did you make me listen to? But I love it because it's reminiscent of Chansey because I used to have the same exact feelings for the albums he brings. Either I love them or I fucking can't stand them. But it depends. I mean, but I'm looking at 75 and I'm looking through the list. There's a lot of freaking different options. I saw like 3 Zappa albums that year for some reason. And I'm looking through the list and I'm like, I get to one album and I'm like, wait a minute. Has this never been brought on the damn show before? In 100 plus episodes, has no one ever brought this album? Like, my mind started to get blown. So I went and looked at the list. I'm like, son of a bitch, no one ever has. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I know what I got to do now. I wouldn't be doing justice to the world if I didn't bring this album on the show at some point. So I was like, it's got to be Queen's Night at the Opera. Because I fucking love, it's Queen. Who doesn't love Queen? And it's literally one of their most well-known albums.
You got to do a Day at the Races and a Night at the Opera, though. You got to do the whole Marx Brothers.
No one's brought News of the World yet either, which kind of is disappointing. But I'll get to that eventually, maybe.
Is that also 75?
No, I don't think so. No, because I would have seen that on the list. I would have brought that one if that was on the list, 100%. But A Night at the Opera I had to bring because it has some of my favorite Queen songs on it, and it had songs I never heard before that were like lesser known tracks, and I fell in love with some of them actually. But it has some okay ones too that I didn't really like because Queen for me is always I'm gonna like part of the album. I'm not gonna like part of the album. That's always the way it is with Queen. They never done an album that I fully love except
all you like is I'm in love with my car.
What?
All you like is I'm in love with my car.
Actually, no. But I
won't put your hand on that grease gun.
The only album that Queen ever did that I truly love, like pretty much the whole album, is the last album they did before Freddie died. I forget the Show Must Go On album. I can't think of the fucking name right now. I brought it on the show. Yeah, oh, it is Innuendo. Okay, I thought that was just the name of a song. I didn't think it was an actual like. Oh, yeah, I brought that album.
The last record they did was Made in Heaven. Innuendo was the last one they recorded as an actual band. Made in Heaven was recorded after Freddie died.
It was posthumous. It was a posthumous release record. Yeah, I brought Innuendo on the show before. Because I love The Show Must Go On. That's one of my favorite Queen songs of all time. Like, well, mainly because of Moulin Rouge and when they redid it for that. But I freaking love that song. So I brought that album for, and I'm like, but this album has some fucking bangers on it. So I'm like, I gotta bring this. It hasn't been brought on the show before. 130 plus episodes. This
song. I love that song.
Which one?
I can't think of the actual. The one he was talking about, the hot dog stand.
Oh. Is that? No, that's not Bicycle.
That's on Innuendo.
Seaside Rendezvous. Oh, no.
Oh, it is on Innuendo. Yeah, you're right. But
it's not I Want It All. It's the song right before I Want It All.
Yeah, it's been a while, so I don't remember that. I don't remember that whole album off the top of my head anymore. It's been a while since I've listened to it, but select songs come on my list every once in a while. But Aaron, what do you got to say about A Night at the Opera?
Listened to it many times. It's pretty easy to come up with my list. Not exactly sure why it was a choice, although Zappa's kind of prog and this album's kind of prog.
Oh, it 100% is. I mean, I just think of the freaking Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie, where like Mike Myers is like, "Who's gonna drive around in their car listening to opera?" Like it's class. Like I love that. I love that they did that in the fucking movie. Like perfect. And the fact that Wayne's World freaking. I saw that reel from Wayne's World like the day I chose this album. That came up on my Facebook, and I was like, okay, this is destiny. But because everybody knows that scene from Wayne's World where they're fucking singing the song in the car. Like everybody knows that fucking scene.
Yeah, that resurrected this song.
It did.
It gave it a second life.
But it's funny because I mean, you would think like, who really would want to drive around their car listening to opera? Well, I mean, besides people like me who love symphonic metal, but literally I could listen to Stardust any day of the week, and it's kind of like an opera, but a jazzy opera, but still. But CJ, what do you guys say about Night at the Opera? Before we get into top fives.
So Night at the Opera has two of my favorite Queen songs. So I was happy that, you chose it. I tried to find something kind of similar, but just gave up when I knew the Krista Berg one, but I was looking for something better. I almost went with Elton John, but that one was a little more, So
it's not his best album. It's nowhere near the top 5 of his albums. That's for damn sure.
I mean, it's considered one of the better concept records, but when you put it against the totality of everything Elton's done, then yeah, it's not his best work.
So that's the one you were wondering if it's been brought on before, because you know my affinity. Because you told me when you're trying to pick your albums, you're like, I gotta see if this one has been brought on before. And
I remember seeing Elton John on the list. I just couldn't remember which ones it was.
I have an affinity for Elton John, so he's been brought on like 5 or 6 times. But
yeah, sadly, the one I really like has already been brought on, which is Caribou.
That's the last one I actually brought on, and because it was when Jamie was my co-host, and the bitch is back was on it, so I had to bring it on because I love that song.
Caribou was a really good record.
It was, and the funny thing is that it was thrown together in such a rush for the record label that it wasn't supposed to be a good record, but it ended up being one. So, but well,
it's a great record. It's one I listened to more times than I can remember. And other than the jazz record, it's probably the one I've listened to the most. I listened to jazz more just because jazz has my all-time favorite Queen song on it. So I would listen to jazz just for that song.
What song?
Don't try suicide.
That's on the game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm thinking of the game then. What? I thought that was on jazz. Could have sworn that was on jazz. Okay, is it on the game? Then the game is the one.
I had the game. I didn't have jazz.
Yeah, it's the game I'm thinking of, not jazz. Then, I know everybody knows Another One Bites the Dust for the bass line, which is cool. But to me,
the one they stole from
has the best bass line. That don't. It just that bass line in Don't Try Suicide, it's so fucking cool. And then Freddie is just being Freddie, you know. And when he's talking about, you know, all you do is get on my tits and shit like that. It's just, you know, and it's a song that even now, 40 years later, it's so relevant to everything that's going on about bullying and shit like that.
Hey, you know what's
nobody has done a cover of it.
You know what's funny is that in high school I used to make fun of kids for listening to Queen because I'm like, you're gay for listening to Queen, and like years later when I actually like started getting into Queen and like appreciating their music, I was like, I was so fucking wrong. It's not even funny. Like I'm like, as long as you learn your lesson later in life, but Jesus, like I'm like, I could have gotten into this band in high school and fucking really blew myself away in high school compared to the other music I was listening to. So it's
high school kids are weird. I mean, I remember when Halford come out, one of my best friends was so devastated. You know, he's like, I can't believe he's gay. Really? You can't believe Rob Halford.
Leather Daddy? No.
You can't believe Rob Halford is gay. He's
I didn't know that, actually.
the metal version of the Village People, bro. Like, don't talk about Rob that way. And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry your feelings are hurt, but if you miss the signs of Rob Halford being gay, you're just fucking blind or stupid. Like that was about as shocking as Ricky Martin saying he was gay.
Well, that was obvious, but I mean, Rob Halford, I never knew that even.
Ricky Martin's gay.
Right.
He also is secretly Jewel, but great Family Guy moment right there. But I didn't know Rob Halford was gay till right now. I never really was the biggest Priest fan, so I never looked into him really. But Andrew would probably slap me for saying that, but like I didn't know he was gay. Even like it never has been brought up. Even with all the times Andrew has brought up Priest and talked about him, like it's never been brought up. So that's you learn something new every day, folks.
Wouldn't listen to him, and you know, and I was like, you listen to Queen, right? Yeah. You listen to Elton John, yeah. So what's the fucking difference?
Because Halford had that.
They're not metal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, whatever, bro. Like, get the fuck over it. Like,
I can see his logic. I can see his logic, but
I couldn't just because I've never.
It's flawed, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't there a suicide lyric in like "Death on Two Legs" and they say "Do it," and then later on they put out the song "Don't Try Suicide"?
I never caught that, and I actually. Well, okay, I'll get in that in a second, but. So I only had top 5 for this one. I don't really have honorable mentions for this because there are, like I said, I like half the album. I don't like half the album with Queen always. It seems to be a trend. But my number 5 was "I'm Loving My Car" because I know that song. It's a good song. It's not amazing. It's a good song. It kind of seemed like a filler song to me, but it's catchy. My number 4 was a new song. This is the one song I put on my list that I didn't know, and I fucking blew me away. And that's
New
the Prophet
song. This album's
I
50
did.
years old.
I never listened to the whole album. I've only heard like the hits or the ones that were on the bracket we did a while back for Queen. So the Prophet song blew me away. I never heard that, and it just blew me away. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like it's Queen. I'm not surprised, but it's fucking amazing. Like number 3 is "You're My Best Friend" because who doesn't know that damn song? And it's amazing. It's always an amazing song. Number 2 was "Death on Two Legs" because I fucking love "Death on Two Legs." That I heard that for the first time when I listened to the playlist for the bracket we did a while back for Queen, and I freaking love "Death on Two Legs." Like that's such a good song. Like the guitar is so good in that. Dun 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 dun. Like it's just catchy as hell. And my number 1, obviously, I'm pretty sure this might be everybody's number 1, is "Bohemian Rhapsody" because who doesn't
Not mine.
love motherfucker? But okay. If anybody's not gonna have his top 1, I could see you, but not having it. But Bohemian Rhapsody, I mean, it's literally in the Rolling Stone top 500, like in the top 50. It's an amazing freaking song. Everybody knows it. It's one of the most sung karaoke songs of all time by drunk people who can't sing it right. But still, it's one of the most sung karaoke songs of all time. I love Bohemian Rhapsody.
People to sing it at the same time.
I've seen groups of like 30 people try to sing on karaoke at the same time, and it's scary. It's scary, but it's a classic. And when you watch the movie, like them trying to like get the freaking parts of it right, it's freaking hilarious. Like I love that song. It's just so many good memories to that song, and it's a storytelling. It's a pure story song, and who doesn't love those? But what were your top 5, Aaron?
Number 5, "You're My Best Friend." Number 4, "Bohemian Rhapsody." Number 3, "Sweet Lady" is a dope jam. Number 2, "Death on Two Legs." That song's about their manager that fucked them over before this album, and it is the one with the suicide lyric in it. "Feel good? Are you satisfied? Do you feel like suicide? I think you should."
Oh, now that you said the lyrics, I can fucking hear that when I can hear it in the song. Yeah.
And then 5-6 years later, it's "Don't Try Suicide." And number 1, song with the vocal jam and most likely to be covered by Fish, probably, if other than any that they've already covered, "Seaside Rendezvous."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. But what were your top 5, CJ?
Number 5 is "Love of My Life." Number 4, "Good Company." Number 3 is "Best Friend." That's just one of them cool jams. Number 2 is "Prophet Song." But my number 1, it's actually my favorite Queen song behind "Don't Try Suicide." It's 39. I love 39. The sing along for that with the acoustic guitar.
So Bohemian Rhapsody didn't make your list.
No.
Didn't make any of your list. What the fuck?
Bohemian Rhapsody is a great song, but
yeah, I couldn't in good conscience leave it off the top 5 from that album.
I really like "Prophet Song" because it's kind of got that prog metal type of rock type of style. "Best Friend" is just that, it's got that kind of organ.
It's a radio song. It's a radio song, 100%.
39 is just, not only is it one of my favorite Queen songs, the band Pretty Maids did a cover of it, and it's probably one of my favorite covers.
Oh, what's his name from Pretty Maids?
Ronnie.
What's on it? Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, he was on Adaptation song.
Adaptation stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, I know I just said the name Pretty Maids a couple weeks ago on an Adaptation bracket. So
actually, the stuff that the one from Seven Spires,
Adrian,
Adriana. A lot of the duets she sings are with Ronnie, actually. So they hand in hand a lot. But yeah, it's just one of them songs. It's kind of whimsical, and it tells the song of like space travel, you know,
which
in the year of 39. Blah, blah,
which
blah, 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 blah,
you'll
blah.
be proud to hear that the one song that was in the bracket that she's on went pretty far because of her. So,
Oh, that's cool.
I forget what the hell.
He's so fucking amazing.
Yeah, I forget what the hell's the name. I forget what song it is now, but the song that she's on was in like the last part of the bracket and it went pretty far. So I think it was the highest rated track off of Here Be Dragons based on the Spotify listens. So probably because of her. But well, folks, we brought you back in time to three great albums from 50 fucking years ago. Not making me feel old, but making other people feel old, I'm sure. I was not even a sperm cell at that point, so you know. My dad was still in high school at that point, so it is what it is. But we want to thank Aaron for making another great appearance and introducing me to Zappa even more, and actually making me appreciate him. What the hell is that song you brought on the one time? El Dorado or
Inca Roads, probably.
Inca Roads. That's what it is. Yeah,
one size fits all.
Yeah. That song was so fucking weird. Like it took me like 20 listens to actually like get the whole thing. I was like, it's such a weird song. But well, Aaron, why don't you tell them where they can find your podcast, even though they all probably know it by now. But
anywhere you can find podcasts. We are YEAHUHUH.
And CJ, where can they find you these days besides wanting to kill your class?
Musicgodscjplaying.rocks is where you should be looking. I'm constantly updating it and trying to get it all. And on Devil's Night, which for those of you non-Detroit people or non-Midwest people, that is October 30th. If you grew up in the 80s in the Midwest, you will know why the reference Devil's Night is relevant. We're going to launch the Mosh Pit Manifesto, which is all punk, all metal, all the time, and do it across multiple platforms. So that will be something to look for. And we have a really cool first guest that ties into the whole Devil's Night thing. So look for that. That's pretty much what you find.
Really? You got Beelzebub?
Kind of. He looks like he looks like him.
Right on. Well, thanks, guys.
My friend Chris from the band The Reticent.
Oh shit! Okay.
No, so we're going to talk about the new record, which is a concept record based about suicide. So,
well, there you go. And the circle goes full around. But you can find both your musers and everything we do on Facebook as Squatchy Largefoot, on X and the Gram as at Juggalo Bastard, or on YouTube as Maniacal Music Musings. The best place to see all the episodes, all 100 plus regular episodes, and all the bracket specials. So go check it out. We need the listens. And we'll be back next week. I don't know the albums yet. I didn't get a chance to ask the guy today, but I will find that out tonight, hopefully, or tomorrow morning. And we'll see what. And the guest next week is.
Do yourself a favor and listen to Bongo Fury.
Yeah,
yes.
And I already know what. Next week's record is going to be. So.
All right. Well. Good.
Regardless of what the other person brings, they're going to get subjected to something.
All right. Honestly, he's a pretty crazy cool guy, so he might dig it. But we'll see you all next week. Have a good one, everybody, and thank you, Aaron, for filling our slot.
Thanks for having me on. Boom shank.